Hi, Gemini. Lots of three-party indications coming up. That does not necessarily mean a romantic three-party situation, maybe. But lots of indications coming up prior to your reading. And it looks like you were patiently making a choice right on time. Let's dig in though. We are using the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck to see where you're at. The Temperance card shows again, was on the bottom of the deck to start us after shuffling, and now it represents you weighing out your options, seriously considering some advice you're receiving from advisors not necessarily known or seen to you. So this could be divine guidance. This could just be people who are not able to be physically present in your life at this time, whose advice you really value. I think most of us are still grappling with that. And I mean, everyone, not just Geminis. And you seem to have plenty of physical security and wealth to see you through this decision-making process, Gems. Though you do feel stuck, some part of you does know that there is an opportunity available to you that you are missing out on, that you're withdrawing from for some reason in some way. You have to get out of your head, okay? The way that you find your answer to this decision is to get out of your mind. It's a heart over head decision, Gems. And this decision is one that you are absolutely making with free will, and that will absolutely inform your long-term future, and it's in your hands. But there's something that you're trying to hold on to too tightly. There's something that you will not release, that you will not let go, that you won't let die. There is an old way that you need to let die, that you need to let go of. It's someone or something that is on its way out of the picture for you, on its way out of your life, and yet you're either trying to not let it go or actively trying to bring it back. Ultimately, I believe it will be a connection with your own intuition that presents itself as an alternative and preferable destination for you, rather than actually getting what you want and bringing this thing or this person back, or in keeping this thing or person who no longer belongs in your scene. It's someone or something who makes you feel a sense of lack, even though you are overwhelmed with wealth. You have so much physical wealth and security, at least available to you, if not actually that you are actually enjoying, that you're perfectly within your right to take a nap, as we see that young woman doing in that picture on that card. You have plenty. You don't just have what you need, you have enough to share. But someone or something leaves you feeling a sense of lack in spite of that, because they take too much, because they exhaust you so much, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that you can only translate that into lack around you. Whatever you're trying to hold on to, whatever you're trying to bring back, whomever or whatever, you need to let go. It may be their absence that creates that sense of lack, Gemini, but you cannot invite more energy in without letting some energy that is not really for you go. And it's actually your mind that's trapping you here. It's your mind that can release you by deciding that this is a heart over head decision. So perhaps it's someone who provides the wealth for you, and their absence creates a lack. So mentally it makes sense to stay with this person, but emotionally, you know that a detachment needs to happen. They're not the partner for you. They don't really care about you the way they say. They're not invested in you emotionally. And this could be a roommate, a coworker, a boss, a family member. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but it's someone or something. Could even be a version of yourself who provides for you financially. It's someone or something that you don't want to let go of, or again, that's gone and you want to bring it back, but for mental reasons, for logical reasons, because of the logistics, because of the practicality of the situation, and maybe because of the wealth, the resources that they provide, and the lack that you sense without them. But it's time for you to be the boss, the authority figure in your own life. You either need to realize how this admit to yourself, acknowledge how this person was depriving or oppressing you in some sense, or you simply need to realize, acknowledge your own ability to lead yourself, your own life, in your job, at your work. For some of you, what this is indicating, this Emperor here, is that you need a new boss, you need a new leader. And maybe it is a relationship, and in which case we're talking about you need a new divine masculine character in your life, and it very well may be saying to you that you play that role for a while in your own life, that you provide that stability, that certainty, that structure for yourself. We all have masculine and feminine energies. In any case, what this amounts to, the result, the future here for you, gems, is you connecting with your own intuition on a deeper level than you ever have before. We'll get one clarifier on that High Priestess there. We'll use the Radiant Rider Waite. I think I told you already we were using the Alice in Wonderland Tarot. But you find yourself. You find yourself here when you allow that death, you allow that person to leave, you allow the circumstances, the multiverse, the chaos, the powers that be that seem to be insisting on it to clear out the old. That song keeps coming to mind during your reading right now, gems. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It's from the fourth version of that movie, with Gaga and Brad something or other. It's recent. I can't believe I can't think of it. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It's almost country. I almost want to find it and play it, but it's that film is A Star is Born. Is it called A Star is Born? I've seen it. There are four versions at least of this film. Make no mistake, there are at least four. It's an old movie. It's been remade and remade. Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga are in the newest version of it, and there is a song in it, and I believe that song is newly written for this most recent version. What that's neither here nor there, but in case you're interested in it, that's part of the chorus that and the title, I think, that keeps being repeated. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It's great. The song is great. That's what's happening here. And that's what the death card always represents for us, right? We clear out the old, we invite in the new. And there's this gap in between where the old is gone and there's nothing new yet, and we think there never will be, and we worry that it won't be enough, or the ego at least worries that it won't be able to assuage us, to compensate for what we've let go of. But you have to let go. Listen to your heart over your head here. Your mind, your mentality, like Taurus, like Aries, it's what's trapping you. Believing that you can't have this same sense of wealth and security, and you can't have this same ability to provide for the others that you care for without something, without this job, without this boss, without this divine masculine, without this authority figure in your life. You can. You will. And in fact, like I said, what's coming is when you let this go, when you let this die, you're about to connect with your own self. You're about to meet your own self. Yes, your intuition, your intuitive inklings and knowings, but yourself. Look at her just looking at this new, different, more regal, royal version of herself, staring back at her. You're about to meet your own self on a deeper, more intimate level than you ever have before. And you need to repeat that statement to yourself, because I'm an hour in and only 3 signs in, so I can't keep repeating it for you here. You need to repeat that to yourself. If that's not worth it to you, then that's not worth it to you. And as much as I would like to be able to offer something to help you out of that, I don't necessarily believe that I can. If the promise of getting to know yourself, the person who should be leading your life, the person I'm talking to, the person who's thinking about all of this, the person who cares the most about the situation for you, if the promise of meeting that person on a deeper level, a more intimate level, isn't worth everything, isn't the most important thing to you, isn't enticing enough to lead you away from what is trapping you, I'm not sure anyone or anything could convince you to let it be. That's on you. You need to repeat that to yourself and let it bloom, let it blossom, let it grow in your mind and your heart, what that could possibly mean, who that person could be. Again, it's a deeper intimacy with yourself. It's connecting with your own subconscious, your own intuition. It's everything that I want every day. So I can't imagine trying to convince someone else that they want that. If you don't want that, then give it time, because I believe that you will. As it stands, you're shying away from that opportunity and looking at what you had, what you could have. And the opportunity you're shying away from is a lot more than the 10 of Pentacles. It's the Queen of Pentacles. It's your own inner wealth, not some outside wealth that's gifted to you from someone else, which is nice, but the two aren't even comparable. So with that, I do love you, and I didn't mean to be harsh. I'm just trying to go quickly, and we will move on to the next gems.